We have lots more people checking in on Twitter. I love it. We got Sarah, Royce Images, Kat, Lost My Name Crew, Lauren Diaz, Kate Haynes, tons of people checking in. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can unmute one more person before we get started. So let's see if I can find Sarah here. Sarah Zubrick. Let's see. Sarah, do you have your mic connected? Nope. Okay, no worries. We'll see if anyone else has their mic connected. Let's go over and check with Kat Keevan, see if her mic's connected. We got tons of people checking on. Once again, if you can hear me clearly and see my screen, go ahead to heyo.com/check-in and let me know. Kat, your mic's unmuted. Can you hear me all right? Nope, looks like another mic not connected. No worries, folks. We'll get started here in about just another minute. You're here to learn about the top 10 campaigns of 2014 and how you can implement similar strategies into your business on social media for 2015. Stay tuned, folks. We'll get started here real shortly. All right, folks, well, it looks like it's about that time, so let's jump in and get started. Once again, you're here to learn about the top 10 Facebook campaigns of 2014 and how you can implement similar strategies into your business to help grow your presence on social media and collect more email leads for 2015 and beyond. So in the next 30 minutes, here's what you'll learn. First, you'll see 3 campaigns that each captured over 1,000 new email leads. Next, we'll jump into the 6 things that each of the top 10 campaigns of 2014 has in common, so you can learn those 6 specific strategies. Then we'll show you the most creative campaigns from 2014 that got the most likes and engagement. And at the end of the webinar, we'll have a live Q&A. So for those of you who aren't super familiar with Heyo, I'll give you a little bit of background. We're a company based in the mountains of Blacksburg, Virginia. If you don't know where that is, it's right across the street from Virginia Tech's campus in Southwest Virginia, about 4 hours outside of Washington, D.C. And we're focused on helping businesses get email leads directly from social media. So we started in a Virginia Tech dorm room. Our CEO, Nathan, here, started the company. You can see me circling his face on the screen. Started from his dorm room, grew his presence like crazy. He had a little Facebook page. He was featured in the Dummies books, the Wiley series. He was featured in the Wall Street Journal. Our company's been on all Facebook, Jeff Bullis blog, all over. And we were recently financed by a Forbes billionaire and featured on Yahoo Finance. And we've run over 250,000 contests and done a lot of research behind these. So we're going to jump straight into the top 10 campaigns from 2014. Now I've picked 5 specific categories that are things you should focus on if you're thinking of running a social media campaign. So we'll jump into the first one, and that's the most visually
Hey,
appealing.
hey, hey, Jay, it's Alex here. I'm in the comments, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. We're trying to stay with you, but you gotta unfreeze the slides. I'm seeing a lot of comments come through on that. So there you go. All right, just wanted to get that cleared up before you jumped in. So go ahead, take the mic.
Thanks, folks. Sorry about that. So you should be able to see my screen now. I'll jump back real quick, just in case you want to see Nathan. So here's our CEO. Here's some of the places we've been featured. And this is us traveling all over the country to do different events. And Alex, who you just heard from, he's our content manager here at HEYO. This is him, Nathan, and I at an event out in Phoenix. And he'll be answering any questions you have in the GoToWebinar questions. So definitely feel free to post those in there. We'll go ahead and jump into that first category, most visually appealing. So now that you can actually see the screen, this one's very important to do that. The reason why this is so important, I like to think of it as if you're going to a restaurant and you want to order food, but you don't really know what you want, if there's ever a picture of something on that menu and it looks good, you're probably just going to order that if you can't decide. So that's why this one's super important, and it's not necessarily having a great image of your prize itself, but the whole layout, making sure it all fits with your brand voice is very, very important. So here's the first campaign. Go ahead and look at your screen. There's a lot there. I'll help you digest it in a second, but I'll give you some time to just look through this. So this is Inkwell Press. They sell planners. A few people in our office actually bought them. They're great. Here you can see their Facebook page, cover photo, and profile picture image. So this is what their Facebook page looks like. On the right-hand side here, you can see the contest they ran. And then in the bottom left here, you can see the email follow-up they had for when people actually entered into the contest. So you can see, just by looking at this in a few seconds, how visually appealing this really is. Everything ties so well in together and really makes for a great brand voice for this company. Everyone knows if they see this little feather here, that what brand that is. So it's all over the place. They put the phone case in here. They have this 3 not only in the campaign, but in the email follow-ups as well. Everything ties in super well. And on this campaign, they have their brand image in the top left as well. So they're just hitting you with it as many times as possible. It all flows very well together. They have a consistent color scheme. This one looks great. And you can see the results from this campaign right across the top of your screen here, the white text on that teal background. So they captured over 1,800 emails with having 3,800 people about seeing their contest itself, which is a 48% conversion rate. Now, those of you who know something about conversion rates, a typical conversion rate for any type of campaign being run online is usually around 5 to 11%. So that 48% is pretty high, and we'll see some even higher numbers here soon, but there are those 6 strategies that we're going to talk about later that will really tie this all together for you and help you see how you can implement this for your business. So we'll go ahead and jump to the next most visually appealing campaign we saw from 2014. So this is Gurin Brothers. They're a hat company over in California, and you can see their campaign, and there's a lot of similarities with how everything ties together from that last campaign. So I'll give you a second to digest that on your own. So once again, in the top left here, you can see that the top of their Facebook profile for their business page, so their cover photo, their image here. Down below, instead of having their email follow-up, this is the post that they made to their page to drive traffic into their contest. And then on the right-hand side, as you can see, is their contest itself. Now, once again, they did a great job of tying everything together. So you can see this big button sticker here that they put both on the link share post and almost in the exact same spot on the contest itself. So that as soon as people click that link to go into their contest, they see that same graphic. It resonates with them. So this one did a great job as well with this big background image here to take up the whole campaign. It's slightly different from the last one. They did a great job. But once again, they had one of those strategies with the 6 different things that we say you should include in every contest to be really, really successful. So that's the next most visually appealing, and their conversion rate up here, as you can see, was 78%. Now their contest was really well incentivized, It was for a hat being named after them. The next hat they made, you can have it named after you. And then they also had a secondary prize giving away 5 free hats, so 5 others would win as well. So they did a great job with keeping true to the certain images within the different aspects of their contest. Next, we'll go ahead and jump to the next category, starting with success. So some of you may just be starting with your Facebook fan pages or haven't run any campaigns on Facebook yet. This category goes out to businesses like that, just getting started, as I mentioned, with either the Facebook page as a whole or this is their first time running a campaign on Facebook. So the first one is one of my favorites, Kai Jai Coffee. It's a guy named Kyle Ducharme. He's down in Tennessee. He started this company on his own. It's a coffee company. Before he even had his first batch of coffee to sell, he wanted to get a presence on Facebook, so he built his Facebook fan page without having anyone on his fan page except for himself and his mom. He started and launched this contest to get some email leads to help sell his coffee, and also got a lot of likes on his page and engagement through these features down here in the bottom left of the screen that you can see. He also had a mobily optimized version of this contest, which really helped get some additional traffic. 50% of the people that are using Facebook are only ever going on from their mobile phones, so it's very important to have mobily optimized versions. But Kyle did a great job promoting this campaign. This one looks very visually appealing as well, but he was starting out, so you can see the numbers up top aren't as high. He only had 188 impressions, but with just starting a Facebook page, that's pretty fantastic. He captured 80 emails from the 188 people that viewed it, so that was a 42% conversion rate, which is still really, really high. So this is a great way to start off Kyle's business and give away his first batch of coffee. Next, we have Enticing Tables. Valerie from Enticing Tables had already established their fan page, but they hadn't run any campaigns. So this is the other half of this category that I had mentioned. She wanted to launch a Facebook contest to capture email leads to help grow her business, and what they do is make cupcake stands for various events, whether it's holiday parties, weddings, other things of that nature. So she wanted to give away a free cupcake flower stand, which looks pretty great. And this one also could have been visually appealing because they have all this pink all over the place. Really ties into their brand. But this page had never once run a campaign, and they had great success. You can see those numbers across the top. So it was still a smaller page. They're trying to grow their audience, but they still had some pretty good results. So 175 people viewed it, capturing 76 emails with a 43% conversion rate. So Valerie did a great job with this. She said it was the most successful Facebook contest she's run to date. She tried some other ones on her own, which is status updates, but this one worked really well for her. The third category, most impressive conversion rates. So a lot of you have already seen some really, really good conversion rates from the previous campaigns, but these ones really, really did well. And one of the things that I want to point out that's very important for converting high is really having your ideal fans on Facebook. So not just trying to get as many likes as you can, but really finding those genuine fans of your brand, and then these campaigns will convert higher from you and work those fans into the funnel of becoming email leads, and then hopefully down the road, sales. So we'll go ahead and jump into this category. So the first one you might seem is a little unfair. Mary J. Blige, a huge, huge person in the music industry. So if you go ahead and look at the screen, you can see her campaign there, converted at 85%, and this is her contest. You can see down below, if you take a look at that graphic, you can see what she gave away to incentivize her fans. So she really wanted to make sure it tied into her brand of being a music artist. So she gave away an autographed copy of the London Sessions and a pair of Beats headphones. So for her, that definitely ties into her brand. Those are going to pre-qualify those leads for her. And a huge conversion rate. And once again, the next contest I'm going to show you has some extremely loyal fans. Incredibeard. So you can take a look at this. Obviously, they know who their target audience is. You know who their target audience is. This is a pretty well-established brand, and they had a really fun contest that they ran that converted at 77%. So you can see the contest there, nothing too crazy, but they had a very, very set fan base, knew who they were looking out to reach out to, and did well at converting those people as well. Category number 4, best post-campaign follow-up. So this is almost more important than running the campaign itself. Once you collect those email leads, you have to do something with them. So we took a look through as many of the different campaigns as we could, found the one that we thought did a great job and the best job at really making sure they were actually doing something with those email leads that they captured from the contest. So this category, we only have one campaign. So if you take a look, it doesn't show their contest, but it shows their follow-ups. So you can take a look at the results up top. They had over 1,000 people view it. They captured 474 emails and converted at 46%. But if you look at the 2 screenshots of their email campaigns from after the contest, that's what's the best part about this one and why it's in this category. So Solo Stove here launched a campaign, and as soon as it was over, they sent out this email on the left informing people this: "Hi Solo Stove friend, our recent Solo Stove giveaway sweepstakes has come to an end, and the winner has been posted on our Facebook page." So that's driving people back to their page, another way to get some engagement there. And then it tell them, unfortunately you didn't win, but at the bottom you can see that they pretty much made everyone a winner. So they gave everyone who entered the contest a 10% off of their next purchase, and they gave them a little code to enter in on the website. So that's a great way to get sales directly from these contests that are being launched. So this is a great way to take advantage of those email leads right off the bat while you're fresh in people's minds. In the email on the right, you can see that not only did they have an update right after the contest ended, they informed those people that had entered the last contest that there was another contest running because they figured they might want to enter that as well. And we'll get back to why it's important to inform people you already have email leads of a new contest here in a little bit. That's one of those 6 strategies I mentioned that I would show you that are extremely important for running one of these campaigns. Folks, just a quick reminder, if you have any questions while I'm going through, shoot them into the GoToWebinar questions, and Alex will make sure to answer those for you. If he doesn't get an answer for you while we're live, we'll definitely take a look and try and respond to those as best we can afterwards. So the 5th and final category is the best holiday-themed campaigns. So it's really great, we found, to run campaigns specifically around a given holiday or event. So we'll go ahead and jump straight in and show you some examples to get your brain churning of how you can do this for your business. So the first example is Precious Moments. This campaign ran around Christmas this past year in 2014, and they were giving away their annual ornaments. They have different ornaments every year specifically made for that year. You can see right here in the middle, this one has a 2014. So they ran it just around the holiday season before people had really purchased those ornaments already to have them. This is kind of a collector's item, so people come back, get them every year, make sure they have every year's ornament. So running that campaign to give away that ornament is a great tool for capturing those email leads. They know people come and purchase them every year, so they have the people come in, they get their information, so they can add them to the list, and try and sell them other stuff throughout the year. So this is a great contest themed around the Christmas holiday. And it converted at a high 78%. So this one could have even been in that high conversion rate category. We'll go ahead and jump to the next one. Botto's Italian Sausage, genuine Italian sausage. They ran a holiday or a contest around the holiday of the 4th of July here in the United States. And you can see the results up top. So they almost had 1,000 impressions, captured over 300 emails, converted at 34%. So it's still a really high conversion rate. And their holiday, the 4th of July, is celebrated in America, for those of you who aren't here, with a lot of eating, grilling out with your family, friends, spending time with them. So they gave away an ultimate 4th of July giveaway package, which included their genuine Italian sausage, a grilling kit, and an actual grill. So that's something that a lot of people would want. It was a great way to incentivize people to provide their information and collect those email leads, and in exchange, a great gift to enjoy with the family and friends on a holiday here. I'll jump to the last of the 10 from 2014. So this one's pretty funny because it's almost coming up on Valentine's Day now, but this was actually run last year on Valentine's Day, and you can see what Paul said about the contest up top. So I'll go ahead and let you read his quote about this contest. So in case that's a little small for some of you, what it says is, our main goal was to capture emails. This campaign turned out to be the highest converting campaign we've ever launched. Thankfully, it was so easy to set up. We used a HEYO contest template. It took about 30 minutes. Looking forward to launching the next campaign shortly. So they ran their contest around Valentine's Day. He runs Nicollet Island Inn up in Boston, and they had some empty rooms around Valentine's Day that they hadn't sold yet or booked. So they ran a contest to give away one of those rooms for free to help increase their exposure and collect email leads for marketing down the road. And it converted at 60%. So working around that holiday, something they were already going to have excess of, they just gave it away as a prize, collected a ton of email leads, 716, which they then used to market down the road and help book more rooms. So what do all of the 10 campaigns, the top 10 campaigns of 2014 have in common? So I kept mentioning these 6 different things. We're going to jump right into that now. So if you're taking notes, now's the time that you really want to pay attention and start writing things down. These are the things that you can take into your business to help grow your email list, get more engagement in 2015. So number 1, having a strong incentive. Something that emotionally ties to your fans is very important. I mentioned earlier, you want to have kind of pre-qualified those leads. So you don't want to give away something like an iPad, Amazon gift card, iPhone, anything just generic that anyone would want. Yes, you will capture a lot of emails because most people will want those, but how beneficial is that for your business? You want to make sure that that prize ties into what you do. That way you know those email leads are actually valuable to you, and hopefully you can convert those into sales. So having a strong incentive in your contest is very important, and featuring it in a big image so that they're reminded why they're providing their information to you when they're entering their contest. Number 2, creating urgency. Your campaign will not convert nearly as well if you don't encourage people to take action immediately. Some people might come to your page, see the contest, think, oh, I'll come back later. Completely forget about it, never enter your contest. Having that countdown is a great way to make sure people are entering right when they see that page. There are hundreds of things they can click on when they're on Facebook, so that urgency factor there really helps get more entrants. And based on our results, if you're looking to run a contest, you should run it with a countdown that has 7 days or less left on it. That way it has that urgency factor, but at the same time, the share features, what we'll get to in a second, will really help have a chance to reach out and bring more audience back into your contest. Number 3, make it easy to enter. Do not be vague. Tell your fans exactly how they can win by featuring an email opt-in as the first step of this contest. A bonus with using these HEYO templates is you can easily integrate the campaign with an email marketing platform. That way those emails are sent straight into a specific list that you pick, whether that's an existing list or you want to create a new one. These emails will send straight into that list for you. And as I mentioned with Solo Stove, you can have an auto-respond thanking them for entering the contest. So that's a great tool to have. In fact, they can send those straight into your email list. Number 4, this is what I was referencing. Let them market for you. So every Facebook campaign must make it easy for the fans or the campaign entrants to market your campaign to their own networks. So as you can see on the bottom left here, they can click to like your fan page, click to share it on Facebook, or they can click to tweet it. So here's what that looks like and why that actually works. So meet Paul. Paul enters into your contest, decides to click the share button and tweet it to all his followers. It'll then reach his networks. So 1 turns into 5 people. They'll do the same exact thing, tweet out to their friends, their networks, and so on and so forth. So it really has that viral marketing effect, having those built-in share features as steps on the contest. Number 5, brand trust. So this is something I talked about a lot with the most visually appealing category, and making sure that people know your brand, have your brand voice. So the top left, there's a specific spot to put your brand image. Then in this bottom right-hand category, we're explaining the contest, giving rules, regulations, what they're winning, specifics. There's a great place to highlight your brand voice and personality. That way it stays true to your brand. You're not shoving everything into a rigid Facebook contest. Your brand voice really can come through, and you can customize this to fit your brand. And number 6, what do you guys think the last one is? This is something I mentioned earlier on that was extremely important when I talked about the coffee campaign. But what do you guys think the most important thing is? Number 6. Go ahead and put it in the GoToWebinar questions if you have a guess as to what you think number 6 is going to be. Setting up follow-up emails, branding, the marketing, promotion. Oh, it looks like we got the right answer. Tony Webb, great job. Stuart's got it as well. I'll go ahead and tell you guys all what it is, but great job to those of you who got it. Number 6 is mobile is a must. So as I mentioned earlier, it's about 50% of people using Facebook are only ever going on from their mobile phones. So think about, that's half the traffic you can get into this contest. So by simply having a mobile version of this campaign, you're getting all those email leads that you could have missed out on. So you'll publish it and it'll create a smart URL which will be able to detect if they are on a mobile device, if they're on their desktop, laptop, iPad, what have you, and it'll be able to think what version of the contest to show them to optimize their viewing. So it's very, very important to get mobile optimized versions of any campaign that you run, especially a contest like this where you're looking to get those email leads to really help grow your business. So if you have a mobile optimized version, it'll increase your conversion rate at least 15%. So as we mentioned, a typical conversion rate on a campaign online is around 5 to 11%. So spiking that by 15% is huge. So some people might ask, when running a campaign like this, my industry is not a normal one. Will HEYO work? So that is the most asked question we get. We've had a lot of interesting industries, and they do work. So I'll go ahead and show you some examples. We had a golf club run a contest. So they were giving away a round of free golf. They had 51% conversion rate, and I'll go through these pretty quick. We had a knitting company who sold yarn run a contest, 64% conversion rate. So that was pretty high as well. So a lot of different industries that this works well for. We had a bracelet company run a contest, 53% conversion rate, over 2,600 impressions. So there's lots of different ways to make this work. It's all about figuring out what that prize might be. And sometimes that's really the hardest part. Here are a couple things that I want to mention. So if you've been thinking about running a contest and you think this is great, you love how this is set up, we've done a lot of the research for you, here are some things. If you have at least one of these, then HEYO will work for you. So if you have 500 likes or more on your business page on Facebook, if you have an email list of at least 100 subscribers already, and as I mentioned, why that's so important, if you have an email list, they come into your contest. Yes, you already have their emails, but they're going to market the contest for you, just like Paul did, reaching out to all of the different networks. And the third one, your status update gets a few likes, comments, and or shares. So every time you're posting from your business page, you're getting some engagement. And then the last one is if you want to build your email list. So if you have other different avenues in which you can promote this, maybe you don't have any of the other criteria, but if you have avenues where you can promote this, maybe you have a lot of blog traffic, website traffic, where you can drive traffic into that contest, that's another thing that's crucial to making sure you'll have success with HEYO. Now, if you don't meet these things, we have a lot of other free tools to help you grow your lists. They're available on our blog at blog.heyo.com. So far you've learned 3 campaigns that each captured over 1,000 new email leads. Next, the 6 things that each of the top 10 campaigns of 2014 has in common. You've learned the most creative campaigns for 2014 that got the most likes and engagement according to those different categories I showed you. And soon we'll have a live Q&A. But first, I want you guys to go over and join me at heyo.com/chat. That way I can actually see your responses and see what you've learned. I want to make sure you've learned. If you haven't learned anything, my job today was a complete failure. So go ahead over to heyo.com/chat. And I'm opening up the chat room right now. You can probably hear me clicking away. Go over to heyo.com/chat and let me know, yes or no, were there at least 2 things that you learned today? At least 2 things that you've learned today that you can use in your business for 2015 to gain more email leads and engagement on Facebook. So go ahead over to heyo.com/chat. And I'm in the chat room. Heyo. So let's see. Awesome, we got tons of folks over there. So did you see? Yes, 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 the importance. Awesome, I love all these different things that you guys have learned. That's great. Consistent branding, the importance of mobile optimization, brand trust, speaking to your true fans. Awesome, awesome, awesome. There's lots of good things that you've learned. I'm glad you guys took notes. Hopefully you did, and that's great to hear. So now I have another quick question I want you guys to answer. If you're interested in pricing, go ahead and type buy in heyo.com/chat. If not, I'll just skip right over to the question and answer and get any questions answered for you that you guys might have. So I'll give you a second. If you want to hear about pricing, go ahead and type buy. We have a special offer for those of you who have joined in on the webinar. So I get a couple of people that type in buy. We'll go ahead and talk about pricing. If not, we'll jump straight into Q&A. So let me go back to this other screen. Oh, wow, we got lots. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Tons of you said buy. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and discuss pricing, and then we'll jump into the Q&A. So if you go ahead and look back over to the screen here, I'll have some slides up here that tell you what's included with every HEYO package. So from what we've covered today, so first you'll get to launch a campaign every other week if you want to. Obviously you can figure out with your brand what makes most sense for how frequently you want to run these campaigns. You'll have access to photo and video contest templates as well, which are great ways to get user-created content. So you can publish those pictures that people submit with your product or whatever it might be. You'll have access to the giveaway and sweepstakes template, which I showed you earlier. That's the one we showcased. You'll have access to the lead generation templates, so other ways to get leads. You'll have direct email service provider integration, help double your list, and help those emails be straightly sent into your list. You'll get mobile versions of your campaigns to capture mobile leads. You can stop paying those freelance developers and designers. We've taken care of the coding. You don't need to know any of that. It's already all ready to go for you. You won't need to worry about Facebook shutting you down or other legal worries. Facebook's changing their terms of services almost daily, so we pay our lawyers a lot of money to make sure that you won't get any of your contests shut down. And you'll get some super responsive customer support. You can see our team down there, picture on the bottom. So that's what you get with every HEYO package. As a bonus for attending this particular webinar, if you buy today live, we'll give you some other things though. We'll feature your fan page or business in a blog post, which is very valuable. We get tons of unique traffic to our blog every single week. So that's very valuable for your business to get some more attention. Next, we'll give you a personal one-on-one strategy call with either myself or Nathan, our CEO. an 11 high converting campaign ideas that you can copy for incentives or prizes. So 11 ideas for incentives or prizes for your campaign. Access to our invite-only mastermind group. You can't get this any other way. And Nathan, our CEO, who's been in this space for quite some time, personally curates this mastermind group. So that's very valuable in itself. You can get feedback from other marketing minds. Some of the top marketing minds in the world are in this group. So you can get feedback from them. It's very interactive. A video replay of today's webinar, so you can get the whole video replay sent to you. A free ebook, the stunning visual content, so the secrets to that, which is very important based on that one category we showed you. And lastly, a bonus free 30-minute video course, how to discover content the newsfeed loves. So Nathan, our CEO, hosted a Creative Live course. For those of you who aren't aware of Creative Live, it teaches you different things that you can have as important parts of life or your business. Nathan hosted a course about social media marketing, and this is part of his course that was over 3 days long. It's a short 30-minute video, very, very valuable in itself. So there are all the bonuses. Here's what you get with every package, and there are the bonuses. If you want to sign up, go over to heyo.com/deal2015. heyo.com/deal2015, and that's where you can sign up to claim all these bonuses in addition to all the great things you already get with the Heyo package. So there's over $480 value in the bonuses alone. You're paying $300 one time for the entire year to run contests very similar to those ones that you saw throughout the top 10 campaigns from 2014 today. So if you have any questions, definitely put those in the GoToWebinar questions for Alex and I. We'll try and answer those as best we can. But if you want to claim that deal while we're still live on the webinar, get all those bonuses, jump over to heyo.com/deal2015. So folks, real quick, remember when you're thinking about purchasing, you'll be successful with Heyo if you meet one of these 4 things. So if your Facebook fan page has 500 likes or more, if you want to build your email list and you have access to other ways to drive traffic into that contest initially, so website, blog traffic that you can link right into that contest, if your status updates gets a few likes, comments, and or shares organically with every post, or if you have an email list of at least 100 subscribers. So if you meet those, you want to run contests, want to grow your business, want to get those leads to convert into sales, go over to heyo.com/deal2015 to claim this offer. Now, one other thing to think about while you're deciding you're on the fence if you want to purchase or not, we do have a 100% 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. No questions asked. You can see our CEO's signature down there, his stamp of approval. So you could run a contest within that 30-day time frame, no problem. As we mentioned, you want to run them for less than 7 days. So feel free to jump over and purchase. There is that 30-day money-back guarantee where you don't have to worry about it. You can give it a go. If it doesn't work for you, then you can get your money back. We do have that guarantee. Work with Heyo. We've got a proven method. As you've seen a lot of the different results from campaigns today, here's a Snapchat of the email that I get every morning with the results from the campaigns that are currently running. So here's a snapshot of that. You can see that we are always having contests running with varying conversion rates. So you can see some down in the 30s, some in the 20s even. Here's a 20% conversion rate. They all vary. They all collect different amounts of emails. So no matter what size your business is, this can still work for you. You can get some great results to help grow it down the road. So once again, go over to heyo.com/deal2015. Now, you may be thinking, yes, you said, I don't need any coding skills to be able to build one of these contests, but you don't really believe how easy it is. If you want me to actually show you how easy it is to build one of these contests, go ahead and type show me in the GoToWebinar questions, and I'll go ahead and do a live example, show you a quick walkthrough of how easy it is to build one of these contests. So if I see, 5, 10 people maybe type show me, I'll go ahead and show you how to build one of these very fast in under 5 minutes. Show me, show me, show me. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pull up my HAYO account here. And if you can't see this for some reason, go ahead and type it in the GoToWebinar questions so I know. But you should be able to see my screen. I'm going to log into my account real quick. So once you're logged in, say you were to sign up, you want to run some of these contests because it's a no-brainer. Who doesn't want to grow their business? See if I can log in. There we go. So this is what your dashboard will look like when you're logging into HAYO. To get started, it's very, very simple. Create a campaign. In addition to running these contests, you can see there are lots of other things you can do within the HAYO platform. But since we're focused on growing our businesses and taking advantage of these strategies we've learned today, I'm going to show you how to build a social contest. So run a social contest. This one up top is the one that I showcased throughout the webinar today, the sweepstakes template. So I'll go ahead and show you how to build that one. It is the highest converting template we have. It's very easy for the users to enter in, as you saw. So I'll go ahead and walk through that real quick for you. So once you pick the template, you're into the editor. Everything's already preset where it is based on the research we've done for over 250,000 campaigns. Everything specifically placed, certain sizes, all of that. All you need to do is walk through these 6 different features here to edit every part of this contest. So first is that brand image that we saw throughout the webinar today. So you click on that button. I don't have any good graphics live, so we'll just pretend that this is one you're going to upload. But basically, you'll upload the image directly from your computer, or you can grab an image URL directly from online, upload that. It'll instantly pop in. We do have recommended image sizes here for you, so that'll fill that full box. If it's not that exact size, no worries. It'll still upload as long as it's smaller than the max file upload size here. So once you've edited that image in, you just keep walking down the other additional steps. So the contest countdown, who remembers how many days to run this for? How many days? Go ahead and put it in the GoToWebinar questions. Awesome. So all of you remember 7 days or less. So we'll go ahead and run this contest for a week. Oh, I'm doing the wrong days. We'll run it for a week, and we'll have it end at 9 p.m. So after you pick that time you want the contest to end, you can edit the sign-up form. So you can pick an email marketing platform or a downloadable CSV. So I just picked that. And then you can add additional fields if you want. The more you enter for fields, the less likely people are to enter, because the more you're asking from them, the less likely they are to enter in. So that's why we have it set up with just the emails. So I definitely recommend only leaving it at collecting their emails. So once you've selected that, next you go to the share settings, which, as I mentioned, is extremely, extremely important. This is how people will market the contest for you. So all you need to do is simply put in your Facebook fan page URL. So you just open up your Facebook, grab that URL, paste it in. The link to shared/tweet, this is the link when Paul clicks share on Facebook or clicks to tweet to his friends. This is the link that will already be included in that share. So leave it blank, as this note says here, so that it will default to the URL for your campaign, so it will drive traffic right back in to the campaign. And lastly, this text down here is where you can enter the pre-populated text for those shares. So when Paul clicks to share with his friends, in addition to having the link that drives traffic right back in to the contest, you can put text in that, so when he shares it, that text is already there. So here's kind of a sample text: just entered to win a free bike tire repair from, maybe tag your Twitter handle, @GarthGears. Click here to enter for yourself, or something along those lines. That way when people see Paul share, they know what that link he's sharing is, and those people will actually come back into the contest and enter themselves. Then you have the contest image. So this is the big graphic that shows off that prize you're giving away. Make sure as it ties into your brand. And then lastly is the contest description. So this is where you can really make your brand voice come out. So maybe you say, follow the steps to the left for your chance to win. Whatever it might be. Type in any rules, regulations you have, if they have to be within the United States or in Europe or over a certain age. You can put any of those details there. Then you're already ready. Save and preview. It'll ask you to connect with your Facebook. That way it can publish this directly to your page. So we'll go ahead and sync with Facebook real quick. And once you do that, it'll ask you what fan page you want to publish it to. Well, I can't remember my Facebook password apparently, but it'll ask you what fan page to publish it to. Since you can still see the screen, you'll see on the right-hand side here that it publishes to 3 avenues. So it publishes directly to the Facebook fan page, so it'll publish a custom tab on your page, as well as the app. It'll publish a mobile version, which is crucial for having success. So as we mentioned, it'll have that mobile version for you. And then it'll publish directly to web for you as well. So you'll get one URL that'll be able to tell which version of the contest to show you based on just knowing what type of device they're on. So you use that one URL to promote it wherever you can, Twitter, your website, your blog, on Facebook, in an email blast. So that one URL will be your one promotion tool you have to put as many places as you can to drive traffic in. So that's how easy it is. You saw how quick that was done. So it's pretty easy. You really don't need to know any coding. You can set one of these up in under 5 minutes if you already have the graphics ready to go. So we'll jump back over and we'll play the slides. So if you saw how easy that was, you see that 30-day money-back guarantee. We know it works. That's why we have the confidence to put that money on the table, money-back guarantee. If you want to purchase it, grow your business, now's the time to do it and get all these great bonuses that you can only get from this live webinar. So go over to heyo.com/deal2015 to be able to claim all those bonuses in addition to what's included with every Heyo package. So now we'll go ahead and jump over to questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the GoToWebinar questions, and Alex and I will go ahead and see if we have any questions that seem pretty similar. So I'll go ahead and open up the questions here. So we have a lot of people asking about if the contest will work if you've just built your Facebook page, it's brand new. So that's exactly the case with Kyle Ducharme's coffee that we saw, Kai Jai Coffee. He literally had no fans on his Facebook page except for himself and his mom, ran that contest, didn't really have an email list, spent money on Facebook ads to drive traffic in. So there's still ways it can work. You just have to make sure you have a way to drive traffic in. So as you saw that list, ideally if you have all of those things we mentioned, then it'll work super, super well. But if you do just have one, maybe 2 of those, it can still work for you. So that hopefully answers a lot of your questions. I'm seeing that question come through a lot. Let's see if we have any other questions. How does it sync with the different email marketing platforms? Yeah, so that's a great question. When I was showing you the walkthrough of how to set up this contest, and I was on that email entrant field, right when you clicked on that, there was options for different mailing accounts. So this person particularly asked about Aweber. I see a couple MailChimp questions. You would just click on your email marketing platform from within Heyo when you're editing the contest, pick your email marketing platform, log in, so it'll sync. It'll allow you to see all the different lists you have set up and then from that you pick the list you want those emails sent into, and it'll automatically send them to Aweber, MailChimp, what have you, through the contest there. What about contest terms? What about the rules and regulations for running this on Facebook? Great question. So as I mentioned, and what's included with every HEYO package, we make sure that running these contests or sweepstakes through using the HEYO platform on Facebook apply and work with Facebook's rules and regulations. So we've paid our lawyers to make sure the verbiage is correct. Whenever you publish one of these sweepstakes, there's some literature down at the bottom that's included on every sweepstakes that's published to ensure that you can't get it taken down because it's against Facebook's rules and regulations. So I see a lot of great questions. Hopefully Alex is getting to a lot of these in GoToWebinar questions. I'm going to go ahead and jump over and show you guys one of the fastest converting, most shared campaigns that we saw, so you can get a feel for how fast this can really work for you. Here we go. So this is King Tut's Wawa Hut. In under 5 minutes, they had 57% conversion rate, which you've seen some higher ones. But the thing that's remarkable about this one is how much it got shared. So here's their contest. You can see it there. You can see their MailChimp list. So somebody was asking about MailChimp, someone's asking about Aweber. You can sync directly with their specific lists. And here you can see their status update announcing that they had a contest running. Here are the results. So they were trying to sell tickets for a contest, or a concert, sorry. There's their specific contest again, so you can see the layout that we've mentioned so many times today. Here are the steps they walk through to help share. Here is a live play of the tweet stream. I know it looks like it's going really fast, it's an optical illusion, but we're just making it go fast so you can actually see all of them. I promise you those are all unique tweets that it's just scrolling through on a feed. It should be done here in a second, but those are literally all unique tweets, and all they had was that one click to tweet button on their campaign that drove all this traffic in. So you can see how fast that really can work for your business. So here's actually an email to our CEO Nathan's inbox, or he sent it to the owner of this contest. Said, hey Kaj, I want to send you congrats, you launched this campaign, showed him the results, told him from that email I showed you earlier that we get that it was in the top 1% converting campaigns that was launched the day before. He asked if we could feature them in our blog to showcase how successful it was, and it would help obviously drive more traffic to his campaign. And this is his response. Hey Nathan, that's fantastic. We've had such a great response, but to be honest, the contest is so good, it's driven itself. You can feature it on your blog if you like, and then he mentioned a couple other things. But you can see these really do market themselves. We've got a proven method here at HEYO. So if you haven't yet claimed that deal, go on over to heyo.com/2015deal before the webinar ends. That way you can take advantage of all of those bonuses. So we're going to go ahead and see if anyone else has any questions. So we have a lot of people asking about the replay. That was one of those bonuses. So yes. I'm not seeing any other questions that are out there a lot. It's kind of hard to tell. We have a lot of people asking about the metrics shown from these contests. So yes, when you're on your dashboard, all these results we're showing from the contest, you can get directly from your dashboard when you're running one of these contests. So when you're in your dashboard, it'll tell you up top the number of impressions, the emails collected, and then how many likes you currently have on your Facebook page. So it's not looking like I'm seeing any other questions. Go ahead and I'll just put this up there one more time. heyo.com/deal2015 to be able to run all these contests for yourself and claim those deals that are only bonuses available for the webinar live today. And we're gonna go ahead and keep the questions open So we can go ahead. Oh, well, Nicole says, I just signed up. Awesome, Nicole. Glad you learned a lot, saw the value in this. That's terrific. Oh, we have a bunch of other people saying, already signed up. Can't wait to get started. Fantastic. I just signed up. Smiley face. Perfect. Well, thank you to those. It looks like we've got quite a few people that have signed up already. Nicole, Anita, Michelle, Charles, Kara, Sabrina, Mel Stewart, Johanna, Melissa Kramer. Thanks for taking advantage of that, guys. Oh, wow, there's a lot more than I even expected. This is great. So if any of you have any other questions, we'll go ahead and keep the GoToWebinar questions open and try to respond to those. But that's all the content material I have for you today. Thank you for sticking with me. Hope you learned a lot. That was my goal today. So from Jay here at Heyo, thank you very much for signing off. We'll answer your questions and GoToWebinar questions, and hopefully